All right. I did set myself a timer again, just so I'm keeping track of where I'm at, okay? But today we're going to do lesson 7. So we're going to round multi-digit numbers to the thousands place using the vertical number line. So vertical number line is shown here as well as here. So we're going to be finding an end point and an end point, a top point, and then a midpoint, okay, on the number line, and it's going to help us. Hi, Christian. And it's going to help us to find out how we can round into these numbers more easily, okay? And I want you to follow me with your eyes, okay? You're not listening to me. I want you to follow me with your eyes up here. Okay, so we're rounding numbers to the thousands. But I'm also going to kind of stretch you a little bit, and we might move up to these bigger numbers as well, okay? So Lily, yeah. Great, okay, so we're just moving on to bigger numbers then, okay? So it should hopefully be review, but we're going to move on to some bigger numbers, okay? But one good thing that's going to be super helpful, okay, or two good things that's going to be super helpful. When I have 1 and 10, okay, think about what number is directly in the middle between 1 and 10. Don't say it. Think about it. If you need to count on your fingers a little bit, you can do that. But what is directly between 1 and 10? Oh, think about it. When I snap my fingers, tell me what it is. 5. Beautiful. So 5 is going to be our best friend today, okay? Wave to number 5 and say hello. Hello, 5. Remember 5. Remember 5, okay? Because especially right here, as you see on the number line, okay, you guys should probably already know this, but when we're rounding, okay, 5 and above means we round up, right? 4 and below means we round down, right? Is that familiar to y'all?
Yeah.
All right, Elizabeth, can you put that away, please? That's your first warning, my friend, okay? All right, awesome. So, moving on. We are going to kind of bounce forward, okay? So again, you guys might know this already, but we're going to find the midpoint between these numbers, okay? So think about 10 to 20. Really quick, when I snap my fingers, tell me what 20 minus 10 is. 20 minus 10. 10. Love it, love it. So that means that there are 10 numbers between 10 and 20, right? What did we say the midpoint between 1 and 10 was? Go. 5. Oops. 5. Good. So between 10 and 20, think about what the midpoint is. Don't tell me. Think about what it is. Go.
15.
You are right. It is 15. Okay? So if you can remember how to do that, you're going to be in good shape today. Okay? So, all right. Great. We're going to move on. Okay. All right. So, a 4-digit number to the nearest thousand. So, let's say I had 6,241. Okay? We're going to start easy. So, right now, you're just watching me, and we're going to kind of look at it together. All right? So, I'm going to round to the nearest thousand. Really quickly, I want you to look at the number. Okay? Tell me what digit is in the thousands place. Go. 6. Love it. You guys know it. 6 is in the thousands place, okay? So I'm going to find, if I'm rounding to the nearest thousand, I'm going to find the thousand that's below my number I'm working with and the thousand that's above the number I'm working with, okay? So the thousand that's below the number I'm working with is 6,000, okay? I'm going to pause. Does everybody see how I found that?
Yeah.
Okay, so it's the thousand below. And then I'm going to go 1,000 up from that. So 1,000 up from 6,000 is 7,000. Okay? And so remember, since 5 is our best friend, okay, 5 is going to be incorporated in this somehow, right? So I'm going to give you a hint. It's going to be somewhere in the 6,000 range. Oh, don't tell me. Hold on. Okay? So it's going to be somewhere in the 6,000 range. Because if you think of this as a number line, the numbers are going up as we go on, right? So it's a halfway point, exactly halfway between 6,000 and 7,000. Think about it. 100 is going to be involved somehow. And 5. Ready? Go.
6,500.
Love it. Okay, questions on how we set up our number lines? You guys got it? Okay. I love it. I love it. You guys are right on track. So, then we go back to our number that we're working with, 6,241, and I've got to find where it falls on the number line. Okay, so I look at it and I go, okay, it's 6,000, which means it's going to be in this range somewhere, right? It's not going to be above the 7,000. That doesn't make sense, right? So it's got to be in between 6,000 and 600 or 6,999, right? It's somewhere in that range. And then I go to the next place, right, the hundredth place, and I see there's a 2. So there's 2 hundreds. So it's going to be less than the 500s that I have at my midpoint, right? And then I could go to the tens and see that it's going to be even less than that, right? So somewhere, you don't have to be totally exact, right? Because these are some big numbers. That 6,241 is going to fall somewhere right around here, okay? And then the last thing we do is just see which one it's closest to on the number line. So it's either going to be closest to 6,000 or 7,000 since we're rounding to the nearest thousand, right? And I see that it's closest to the 6,000, so I would round down to 6,000. Okay? Everybody understand what went on just there? Yeah. Okay. Any questions about what we just did? Good? Okay. Great. So then I can do the same thing with a 5 or 6 digit number, right? So we're looking at like the 10,000s too. So let's say I had 56,241. Okay? 56,241. And I wanted to round to the nearest thousand. So I would look at this guy right here. Still my 6,000. However, how much is added on to that 6,000? 50 what? 50,000, right? So we've now added 50,000 more. But, plot twist, it's not going to affect it that much, okay? So I still go to the 1,000 directly below, which would just be 56,000, okay? Does everybody see how I found that? Wake up, 4th grade, wake up. Do you see how I found that? Yeah, good. Yes, excited about math. We love it. So then I'm going to go to the next 1,000 up. So basically I add, basically I add 1,000 to my 56,000. What's 56,000 plus 1? Go. Hey, I love it. 57,000. Sorry, not plus 1, but plus 1,000. That was my bad. Okay. All right. And then I find my midpoint. So remember, it's something to do with this 1,000. And then what would go after 56,000? What?
500.
500. Okay. Questions on how we find the end point, the top point, and the midpoint? You good? Okay. Great. And then I go back to my original number, which is 56,241. And I know that's going to be less than 500, so it's going to fall right about here. So if I'm rounding to the nearest 1,000, I would round down to 56,000. Okay? All right, Andres, go fast. All right, and there we go. So it's pretty straightforward. I'm going to use the problem set to teach you the rest of the lesson. We're going to do some practice ones together. And then you actually have some time to work on your homework, which is pretty cool. You might be able to get your homework done today. I don't know. Okay? So don't get crazy. Don't get crazy, but I'm going to have your paper monitors pass out the problem set, and you're just going to write your name on it. But now, if you really need to sharpen your pencil, now would be a good time. But I don't want like a line of 20 people sharpening their pencil. Okay? So ready, go. So that's a good question. So it depends what you're rounding to. But if you're rounding to the nearest 1,000, and 6,000 would go below, 7,000 would go above, and then your number would be the midpoint, right? But remember, when it's 5 and above, it goes around up or down. Up. So you round up to 7. Yeah, good question. You got this?
There's paper on there, so.
Oh, gotcha. Okay. Yes. Okay. All right, paper monitors, follow me. together. All right, bring it back in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0. All right, does everybody have their name on it? Put your name on it.
Well, I didn't get one.
Nora, we missed a group friend. Yeah, we have 5 friends who didn't get it. Anyone else not get one? Oh, that's okay. So when you guys are paper monitors, try to split the room in half as best as you can. Are you listening? When you're paper monitors, try to split the room in half as best as you can, so that way we don't miss anybody. Okay? Do you agree? I do. Is it urgent? Or can I wait a little bit?
Can I show you it?
Yeah. Okay, sure. I only have not right Okay, you may start on 1A while you're waiting for me, and then we will come back together. Pencil with your number?
Yes.
Good. Okay.
I think you sharpen it too much up there.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, that makes sense. Say, John. Okay, thank you for your patience. Go ahead and stop working on it. We're going to work on the problem set a little bit together, so just to make sure we're good to go, and then I will get you your homework, okay? So, it says round to the nearest 1,000. The nearest what? 1,000, okay? Use the number line to model your thinking, okay? So, again, let's look at A. We're rounding to the nearest 1,000. When I snap my fingers, tell me what digit is in the thousands place. Oh, did I snap? 6. There it is. Okay, so the 1,000 below is going to be what? Go. 6 what? 1,000. Love it. Oop. Add one more 1,000 to that. Ready? Go. 7,000. Love it. What would my midpoint be for 6,000 to 7,000? Go.
6,500.
Great. Thank you for my friends who gave that answer to me. That was really good. Okay. All right. Tell me to stop when I reach the part of the number line where my number fits. Are you ready?
Stop.
Ah, there you go. Good. All right. So are we going to round up or down? Go.
Up.
We're going to round to 7,000. So 6,700 rounded to the nearest 1,000 is 7,000. Okay? All right. Let's look at D together. Okay? So everybody kind of shift your eyes over to D. Are you ready? All right. So we're still rounding to the nearest 1,000. For all of these, we're rounding to the nearest 1,000. Okay? But even though we have another digit in there, it's still 1,000, right? But it's 10,000. But we can work with it. Okay? Now listen to my voice. Listen to my voice. Which digit is in the thousands place? Go.
39.
What digit? What digit is in the thousands place? Go.
9.
Just 9, right? Think of a place value chart. Okay? There's a 3 in the 10,000s, which gives us 30,000, but there's a 9 in the thousands place, and that's going to help us out the most. Okay? So 39,000 is going to be the bottom of my number line. Okay? Does everybody see how I found that?
Yeah.
Okay, good. And then add 1,000 to that. Ready, go. 40,000. Good. Okay? And And let's see, Adler, what's going to be my midpoint between 39,000 and 40,000? Yes, good. 39,500. Beautiful. Are we good so far, friends?
Yes.
Okay, any questions? Do not be afraid to ask questions. Okay. Tell me when to stop. When I reach the part where my number falls. Are you ready?
Yes. Stop. No, don't stop. Stop.
Yeah, very, very close to the midpoint, right? Like right about there. If you're not totally accurate, that's okay. As long as you don't put it like down here or something, then we're fine, okay? But yeah, as long as you're accurate, that's all that matters. To me at least. Okay? So we're technically above our midpoint, which means are we gonna round up or down?
Up.
Up, good. So we're gonna round up to 40,000.
How about the
Okay? Questions. Now is the time to ask them if you got it. Yeah, Azul.
So, how it's so close to the 39 top, the middle number?
Mm-hmm.
You wouldn't put the 39,500 one on these, so you just put the closest one.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, you're pretty much focusing on these two. That's how you're gonna round. Because if you did this one, Azul, you would be rounding to the nearest 100. And that's not what we're looking for exactly. We're doing nearest 1,000. But that's a great question. And then class, go ahead, Logan. One thing I want to do before I turn you loose, okay? Daphne brought up a really great point, okay? So I'm going to kind of like rewrite this. I'm going to use the same question as this example. Okay, so I want everybody pausing and looking up here. The problem set is not your homework, so it won't be beneficial to keep working on it. You'll just be kind of wasting your energy, okay? So look up here. I'm going to reset up this number line really quick. Whoops, not bad. That's what I get for talking and writing at the same time. Okay, awesome. So Daphne had a great point. She said, what if the number I was working with was 39,500, okay? That's not the exact question she had, but it's basically what she was talking about. So we looked at this problem, but instead of 39,545, what if it was 39,500? So I set up my number line the same way. We're still rounding to the nearest 1,000, right? But my number that I'm working with falls directly at the midpoint. So it's not closer to one or the other, right? But the rule is when it's 5 or above, where do we go? Up or down? Up, okay? So I would still round up to 40,000. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Okay, so if the next digit over, okay, is 5 or above, we go up, okay? If this was a 400, would I go up or down? Down, okay? Any questions?
No.
Okay, I want to give you about 3 minutes to finish the problem set, and then I'll give you your homework, okay? And this is a silent activity, so be at a volume 0. Hello. Hi.
She's actually in 4th grade right now because we switched for math and reading. Yeah, of course, yeah. Bye.
So you've got 3 minutes to finish the problem set.